Welcome, brave souls, to Haunting Harbor TV, your portal to the mysterious and the supernatural. I'm your guide through the shadows, and together we'll embark on a journey into the unknown. I am Hamad, your curator of the paranormal, bringing you tales that will send shivers down your and unveil the secrets hidden in the darkest corners of existence. Let's get started. In a small, isolated town nestled between ancient forests and mist-covered hills, there stood a decaying mansion known as the Forgotten Manor. Its ominous silhouette loomed against the moonlit sky, shrouded in secrets and surrounded by an air of malevolence that sent shivers down the spines of those who dared to glance its way. Legend had it that the manor was once home to the affluent Hawthorne family, who mysteriously vanished one fateful night, leaving the estate to crumble into disrepair. Locals spoke in hushed whispers about strange occurrences within its walls. The bravest souls who dared to explore the manor at night were said to have heard ghostly whispers echoing through the abandoned halls. One moonless night, a group of curious teenagers decided to unravel the mysteries of the Forgotten Manor. Armed with flashlights and a shaky resolve, they cautiously crossed the overgrown courtyard and creaked open the rusty front door. The air inside was thick with dust and decay, and the only sounds were the distant hoots of owls and the group's hushed breaths. As they delved deeper into the manor's darkness, the whispers began. Faint, spectral voices seemed to beckon them into the shadows, weaving tales of betrayal and despair. The teens exchanged nervous glances but pressed on, compelled by an otherworldly force. The stories grew more chilling, mirroring the tragic history of the Hawthorne family. Suddenly, the whispers ceased, and an unsettling silence enveloped the group. The air grew icy, and their flashlights flickered ominously. In the dim light, they saw shadows moving, contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to dance with the memories of the past. Panic set in as the teens realized they were no longer alone. In a desperate attempt to escape, they stumbled upon a room that seemed untouched by time. Dust-covered furniture adorned with cobwebs and faded portraits lined the walls. At the center of the room, an old, ornate mirror caught their attention. As they gazed into its murky surface, the room transformed, revealing a lavish banquet filled with spectral figures in elegant attire. The ghostly guests turned to stare at the intruders, their hollow eyes conveying a tragic tale of betrayal and despair. Terrified, the teenagers tried to flee, but the room seemed to tighten its grip on them. The whispers returned, more insistent, as if pleading for the truth to be heard. The manor demanded justice for the long-forgotten secrets that lingered within its walls. Among the twisted vines and overgrown thorns that surrounded the Forgotten Manor, a tale of spectral sorrow unfolded. Legend spoke of the estate's spectral gardener, a figure glimpsed only in the moonlight, tending to an ethereal garden that mirrored the once vibrant grounds of the Hawthorne estate. Local lore claimed that the gardener, a man named Elias, had devoted his life to cultivating the most exquisite gardens for the Hawthorne family. His loyalty, however, was repaid with betrayal when he discovered a dark secret that tainted the family's illustrious name. As the story goes, Elias confronted the Hawthornes with his newfound knowledge, only to be met with disdain. Heartbroken and consumed by grief, he took his own life among the thorns of the manor's neglected garden. Since that tragic day, his spirit was said to roam the grounds, forever tending to the spectral blooms that mirrored his earthly creations. One moonlit night, a curious journalist ventured into the Forgotten Manor to uncover the truth behind the spectral gardener. Armed with a notebook and a camera, she tiptoed through the overgrown garden, guided by the ghostly glow of phosphorescent flowers that seemed to bloom only for her. As she delved deeper, the air became heavy with the scent of long-forgotten roses. Whispers carried on the wind, recounting Elias's tale of betrayal and despair. The journalist pressed on, determined to capture the elusive gardener's spirit on film. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a dilapidated greenhouse, its glass panes fogged with age. Inside, the spectral gardener appeared, tending to the luminous flowers with an otherworldly grace. The journalist's camera clicked away, capturing the ethereal moment. But as the flash illuminated the ghostly figure, Elias turned to face her with hollow eyes that held a plea for redemption. The journalist felt a chill in her bones as the whispers grew louder, revealing the dark secret that had driven Elias to his tragic end. As the truth unfolded, the garden around them withered, and the spectral blooms faded away. Elias's tormented spirit vanished into the shadows, leaving the journalist alone in the decaying greenhouse. The Forgotten Manor had shared its haunting secret, but at what cost? Deep within the bowels of the Forgotten Manor, a cursed portrait hung in solitude, its eyes following any who dared to enter the room. The painting depicted a young woman, her delicate features frozen in an expression of sorrow and longing. Legend had it that the subject was Eleanor Hawthorne, the tragic daughter of the once prosperous family. Eleanor's life was said to have been filled with heartache and betrayal. In the throes of forbidden love, she defied her family's wishes, only to be abandoned by her paramour, leaving her to wither away in the confines of the manor. In her anguish, Eleanor cursed the portrait that immortalized her pain, vowing to bend the souls of any who gazed upon it. The cursed painting drew the attention of paranormal investigators seeking to unravel the mysteries of the Forgotten Manor. Armed with cameras, electronic devices, and an insatiable curiosity, they entered the dimly lit room where Eleanor's portrait hung in silent torment. As they set up their equipment, the temperature in the room dropped, and a melancholic melody echoed through the air. The investigators exchanged uneasy glances as the notes seemed to emanate from the cursed portrait itself. The atmosphere thickened with an otherworldly presence, and shadows danced on the walls. In an attempt to communicate with the spirit of Eleanor, one investigator addressed the portrait, asking about the tragedy that befell the Hawthorne family. The room trembled with an unseen force as the portrait's eyes seemed to weep spectral tears. The investigators' cameras captured the eerie transformation as the once beautiful portrait twisted into a grotesque depiction of Eleanor's torment. The air hummed with energy as the room became a battlefield between the living and the spectral forces bound by the curse. In the midst of the chaos, the investigators heard Eleanor's ethereal voice recounting her tale of heartbreak and abandonment. The room pulsated with sorrow, and the investigators felt the weight of the curse pressing upon them. Suddenly, the cursed portrait unleashed a surge of paranormal energy, enveloping the room in an otherworldly light. The investigators clutched their heads, overwhelmed by the voices of the past. In a final crescendo, the room fell into an eerie silence, leaving only the cursed portrait, now restored to its original haunting beauty. The paranormal investigators stumbled out of the room, shaken by the encounter. As they left the Forgotten Manor, they couldn't shake the feeling that Eleanor's sorrowful gaze lingered on them, a reminder of... As our journey through the supernatural realms comes to a close, thank you, fellow seekers, for joining us on this haunting adventure. If you've enjoyed the thrills and chills, don't forget to like and subscribe this video and share your own experiences in the comments below.